Well, good morning, campers. Again, Muswellbrook and District Camera Club assignment time for January 2026, and here we are on the 15th of January 2026. A little bit of an artist's book I've got here. This has been made up of prints from the Lumen print experiment that I began as soon as I got back from Hill End, where I learned how to do lumen printing from Judith and Angela Crispin. It was kind of like a strange, it was a wonderful experience, absolutely wonderful, but then there was no post. What do you do with this stuff? And you're just left to figure it out for yourself, I think. She did some scans of the work, one of the works that I created. I only created one work with her workshop because it's a 3-day workshop. And anyway, I then sort of went off on a journey on my own because there was no post-production sort of instruction given at all. And coming away from it and being away from it now for quite a while, it makes sense that there wouldn't be any post-production because it's such an individual thing. The scans that we got, I am presuming, are mine. They were not marked in any way. Everybody's scans were all scanned at Hill End and then put up on Google Drive, and no names, no pectoral, no nothing, and so I'm guessing that they are mine. However, let's get into the book. It's a short book because I'm not going to waste a whole pile of bloody paper on stuff that's never going to go anywhere. But the book is Lumen Prints, it's called. I better write that on there. And this one here is called Illuminated Embryo, and it's one of a dead native rat that, where did I find it? I think the cats must have got it or something. Anyway, I put it into a plastic bag and made the lumen print with the rat still in the plastic bag, and I've got some pretty amazing results. But this one here was one of those things that when you go on this journey you start moving stuff around and having a bit of fun and getting a bit creative. God help us if we get creative. But anyway, this one here is called the Red Emperor, and this is a dead butterfly that I found outside the studio, and it was a yellow and brown butterfly, and now it's just a glowing red emperor. This one here is actually using a combination of digital manipulation plus the original. I photographed my layout on the Lumen print, which was called a colonial garden, because I gathered stuff from around the hospital in Hill End to talk up the notion of the colonialness, for the want of a better word, of the garden. It was an English garden, if you like. And anyway, and so I photographed it before nature destroyed it, because what happened was we left them all out on the veranda overnight, came back the next day. I can't remember whether it was the next day or the day after that, but anyway, came back and it had all blown away, it had all blown off. And so I reset it, and that's the scan that Judah sent me over the reset version, which is a little bit weird and it's hard to tell what's actually going on. But anyway, and so that's it. These will all be in the end of the movie anyway. This one here is called Warm Autumn. Yeah, Warm Autumn. It's just, that's from one of Judith's scans of my work, and yeah, it's just fun to get in there. It's so easy. I don't know, I found it very easy anyway. This one is Roses in Pink, where I got some roses from the studio or the clothesline fence out there and popped them down onto a piece of 8x10 black and white gelatin silver paper, and hey presto, bit of manipulation and that's what you end up with. This one here is called the Red Centre because it's red in the centre, simple as that. This one here is called Holy Shit because when this came up I went, my God, it was so far away from, this is one of Judith's scans, which were very, very red. I don't know how her scanner was set up, but it produced these really, really red scans. And the work that we did with Judith's workshop was on a 2016 piece of gelatin silver paper. I've come home and done them on 8x10s. And so, yeah, lumen printing was invented in 1830 something or other by Henry Fox Talbot. And it's good to see the tradition keeping on going, and a bit of fun, a bit of adventure. I was loath to start working on it until I actually got the scans from Judith, because I sort of thought, well, I don't really know what to do, and then it came through and there was nothing there instructing me as to what to do, and so I've gone off and made my Lumen Prints book, my adventure. These are in the calendar that I'm putting out for 2026 as well. and there's a full burst of 13 works in that calendar. So yeah, bit of fun. That's it. Lumen printing. Do it. It's fun. Boys, Cronulla. Oh, that's another book yet. I'll talk about it later.